In March of 2020, we went home with millions of other Americans into quarantine. At the time, we didn't know how long it would be. We assumed just a couple months. During the first few months, we worked with the state of California helping to coordinate response efforts to the pandemic. As the first surge of the virus slowed, we started looking for some other things to do with the free time we had that we normally would have spent commuting back and forth to our house. The first project we chose to work on was the replacement of a greenhouse that had to be removed when we built our solar building a year before. We had heavy timbers and other materials left from earlier projects, so this was our first COVID-related quarantine project together as a family. Part of the way through the process, my wife started sending video updates to her parents to show the progress of the building, and the following clips are from those video letters.
Okay, this is my attempt to show you a video of the greenhouse. This is what it looks like from the garden. And as you can see, this is a reuse of a back door, and these are the two sample windows I was talking about. So I think most of the framing is done. And then this is the side that we're going to turn a sliding glass fixed pane on its side and being an awning window. And you can see there's the plexiglass panels on the top. And we'll create a pony wall of cement siding kind of down here at the bottom, and then kind of down here as well. But these other areas will be filled with the polycarbonate. So you go in, you can see my west wall is polycarbonate. We're setting up to have two windows that vent. I have the old hardware that will automatically open it. This is the north wall, which will be a solid wall, which will have a sink in the middle. And then I'll have counters and stuff on the west side. And on the east side, we kind of have an old rock retaining wall that I should say Tom, will reconstruct. And then I'll, on top of the rock wall, use this corrugated metal to do taller sides for a raised planter bed where I don't have to bend so much. So that's kind of where it is right now, in a rough framing state, but it's gonna be fun. Okay, here is 1 week's worth of progress. We have it all buttoned up to the outside. Still need a paint. And put some plywood. But starting to come along. Starting to rough in electrical and water. Installed the sliding glass door horizontally. So it's starting to look good on the inside. Here's some more of a view from the exterior. So this is the east window. That's the old sliding glass door. This is the north wall. That's solid. Coming around. Oops. Here's the west wall. Okay, here's your next update. Most of the work that's happened has been on the interior. Did a little bit of painting on the exterior. But Tom has built the raised bed and a little shelf. And we installed the screen. And I had to do a repair job on the screen. So I did a little embroidery of flowers. And the sink has been installed. We have the piping for the irrigation ready. And I installed a little shelf. We have some outlets, but power still needs to be hooked up. I'm going to need a shade cloth. Right now I'm using a tarp to make it workable in here. But that's the update. Okay, we're back for your weekly update. Again, we're working on the interior. Tom built a bench. And then I have a shelf. Put seedlings up high. I installed a fan. And got some seedlings started. I oiled the wood with beeswax and mineral oil. So, got the conduit in. Just need to pull the wire. And then we're close to finishing. And I planted some peanuts. See what they're like to grow. Take care. Bye. Okay, this is the next segment in the progress of the greenhouse. I think the greenhouse is pretty much done. Just a tiny few odds and ends. We created a little bed to the side here. And installed some steps. Favorite place for cat. I created a little pumpkin patch, so I'm going to plant my pumpkin seedlings. And amongst this rock work, to get down to my pumpkin patch, so we have some stairs. And Natalie built her first stone wall, which is very good. So, this is what it looks like. We've got our windows installed. I'll take you inside next. Okay, going inside the greenhouse, I now have a bench and my shelf. I think that was last time you saw. But I have all the electrical. I have light and irrigation's all set up. I'm just waiting for a couple parts to arrive so I can finish up my drip tubing. And we're all set to go. I'm starting some sweet potato, and look at my baby avocado. Good morning. I think the greenhouse is officially open and complete. On the outside here, you can get an update on my peanuts. They just look like kind of peas. And then I planted my squash. And I'm going to have lots of beans in there. Yard-long beans on the fence. And rattlesnake beans on the obelisk. And I also have sunflowers and Indian corn kind of along the drip tube where the bushes are till they grow up. And then I also have itty bitty sunflowers. To the outside bed, I have a lot of baby seedlings that I've started and planted out. So hopefully they'll grow. On the inside, I've got my bins to make things neater. I planted my tomatoes. And I have some marigolds, and I'm growing cut off onion bottoms and lettuce. And a lot of other little seedlings like basil and a house plant that Natalie had that's tropical. And then all of these seed trays have been planted out. And here is an update on one of my avocados.